A very pleasant morning, children. Today we are going to see History Part 2 Rural Life and Society. In the previous class, we had seen the land revenue policy under the British, that is, permanent settlement, Royatwari settlement, Mahalwari settlement. Now, we are going to continue that by Patience Revolt. Land reforms, that is, patient revolts for the land reforms during British rule. Children, what are all the revolts by the patients? Patients means farmers. The farmers against the British. The first one is Santhal Rebellion. Indigo Revolt. Santhal Rebellion took place in 1855 to 1856. The second one is Indigo Revolt, 1859 to 60. Pabna Revolt, 1873 to 76. Deccan Riots, 1875. Punjab Peasant Movement, 1890 to 1900. Champaran Satyagraha, 1917 to 18. Kheda Satyagraha, 1918. Mopla Rebellion, 1921, and Bardoli Satyagraha took place in 1929 to 30. Now, let us see all the revolts in detail. The first one is Santhal Rebellion. The first revolt, which can be regarded as patient revolt, was the Santhal Rebellion in 1855 to 1856. The land near the hills of Rajmahal in Bihar was cultivated by Santhals. The landlords and money lenders from the cities took advantage of their ignorance and began grabbing their lands. Grabbing means taking their lands. This created bitter resentment among them, leading to their armed uprising in 1855. Consequently, under the belief of a divine order, around 10,000 Santhals gathered under two leaders named Sidhu and Kannu. These two brothers are Santhal brothers, to free their country of the foreign oppressors and set up a government of their own. The rebellion assumed a formidable shape within a month. The houses of the European planters, British officers, railway engineers, jamindars, and money lenders were attacked by the peasants. The rebellion continued till February 1856, when the rebel leaders were captured at the moment was put down with a heavy hand. The government declared the Parganas inhabited by them as Santhal Parganas so that their land and identity could be safeguarded for external encroachment. The second revolt is Indigo Revolt, took place in 1859 to 1860. The Bengal indigo cultivators' strike was the widespread peasant uprisings. The European indigo planters compelled the tenant farmers to grow indigo at terms highly disadvantageous to the farmers. The tenant farmers was forced to sell it in cheap. There were also cases of kidnapping, looting, flogging, and burning. Led by Dikambas Biswas and Bishnu Charan Biswas, the riots of Naida district gave up indigo cultivation in September 1859. Factories were burned down and the revolt spread. To take control of the situation, the government set up an Indigo Commission in 1860. The indigo planters of Bengal settled in Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. The newspaper Hindu Patriot brought to light the mystery of the cultivators several times. Dinabandhu Mitra wrote a drama Nil Darban in Bengali with a view to draw the attention of the people and the government towards the mystery of indigo cultivators. The next one is Pabna Revolt. Took place in 1873 to 1876. Pabna Patients uprising was a resistant movement by the peasants against the oppression of the Jamindars. It originated in Usupshahi Pargana of Pabna in Bengal. It was led by Kashyap Chandra Roy. Large crowd of peasants gathered and marched through villages frightening the Jamindars and appealing to the other peasants to join with them, compelling the other farmers to join with them. There is a protest. Fund was raised from the riots to meet the cost. Fund was collected from the farmers. Everywhere agrarian leagues were ordained. The main form of struggle was that of legal resistance. The Jamindars tried to compel the Ryots to submit their terms by force. There were only few cases of looting of the houses of the Jamindar. Hardly Jamindars or Jamindars' agents were killed or seriously injured by the farmers, by the crowd. In the course of the movement, the Ryots developed a strong awareness of law and their legal rights and the ability to combine and form association for peaceful agitation. Next one is Deccan Riots. Took place in 1875. In 1875, the peasants revolted in the district of Pune. That event had been called the Deccan Riots. The peasants revolted primarily against the oppression of local moneylenders who were grabbing their land systematically. The uprising started from a village in Pune district. Gradually, the uprising spread over 33 villages and the peasants looted the property of Marwari Sagukas. The uprising turned into violent when the Sagukas took help of the police. It was resulted in passing of the Deccan Agriculturalistic Relief Act. The next one is Punjab Patient Movement in 1890 to 1900. The patient of Punjab agitated against the urban moneylender. The government of India did not want any revolt in the province, which provided a large number of soldiers to the British Army in India. In order to protect the peasants of Punjab, the Punjab Land Alienation Act was passed in 1900 as an experimental measure to extend it to the rest of India if it worked successfully in the Punjab. The Act divided the population of Punjab into three categories, that is, the agricultural class, the statutory agricultural class, and the rest of the population including the moneylenders. Champran Satyagraha 1917 to 1918. The European planters of Champran in Bihar resorted to illegal and the inhuman methods. Under the Tinkatia system in Champran, the peasants were bound by law to grow indigo on 3/20 part of their land and send the same to the British planters at prices fixed by them. They were liable to unlawful extortion and oppression by the planters. The government appointed an inquiry commission of which Mahatma Gandhi was a member. The grievances of the patients were inquired, and ultimately the Champaran Agrarian Act was passed in May 1918. Keda or Kaira Satyagraha in 1918. In the Keda district of Gujarat, due to constant famine, agriculture failed in 1918. But the officers insisted on collection of full land revenue. The local peasants therefore started a no tax movement in Kaida district in 1918. Gandhiji accepted the leadership of this movement. The government had to bow to a settlement with the peasants. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel emerged as an important leader of the Indian freedom struggle during this period. Mopla Rebellion took place in 1921. The Muslim Mopla peasants of Malabar was suppressed and exploited by the Hindu Jamindars and the British government. This was the main cause of this revolt. The Mopla peasants got momentum from the Malabar District Conference held in April 1920. This conference supported the tenants' cause and demanded legislation for regulating landlord-tenant relations. In August 1921, the Mopla tenants rebelled against the oppressive Jamindars. By December 1921, the government ruthlessly suppressed the Mopla rebellion. According to an official estimate, as a result of government intervention, 2,337 Mopla rebels were killed, 1,650 wounded, and more than 45,000 captured as prisoners. The last one is Bardoli Satyagraha. Took place in 1929 to 30. In 1928, the peasants of Bardoli, that is Gujarat, started their agitation under the leadership of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, whose leadership Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel in protest against the government's proposal to increase land revenue by 30%. The peasants refused to pay tax and the enhanced rate and started no tax campaign from February 12, 1928. Many women also participated in this campaign. In 1930, the peasants of Bardoli rose to a man, refused to pay taxes, faced the auction sales and the eventual loss of almost all their lands, but refused to submit to the government. However, all their lands were returned to them when the Congress came to power in 1937. Thus, the revolt by the peasants came to an end when the Congress came to power in 1937. So, students, read the lesson from your textbook and mark all the questions and answers and do the given assignments. Thank you.